Good morning. Elle Ingalls here at pressure-free.com, Pressure Free Living. This is day 4 for 2022. I bet I put 2021. I did put 2021. You guys are gonna have to keep me clean on that. So 2022 is our year, and I made a commitment to come on live at 8 a.m. Monday through Friday Eastern time, because I have people in lots of time zones. And just give you 8 minutes of something. Today's day 4, and today the subject is how one event or one incident can change things for you and instantly create a habit that you might not want. And this has happened to me repeatedly in my life, and I bet you'll start to see some places in your life where it has too as we dig in here. So I want to take you back to, how old was I? 24, 25 years old. I was in graduate school at the University of Michigan. And I had never, ever in my whole life really had stage fright up until that point. Any sort of nervousness before going on stage. I love going on stage. Like, it's just something from a time I was a little girl, I love to perform. So I had never experienced stage fright or any nervousness there. Until this night when I was in grad school, and I was performing for a friend of mine who was having his senior recital. He was a clarinetist. For those of you who are musicians, we were doing the Mozart clarinet quintet, and I was playing the first violin part, which is a pretty gnarly part, honestly. It's kind of like a violin solo with the rest of the quartet at times. And rehearsals had gone great. We were feeling really great about the piece. When we stepped out on stage, this kid must have been the most popular kid in the music school, because the entire place was standing room only. It was, all the seats were filled. There were people standing in the back and along the sides of the recital hall at the music school. And I guess I just didn't expect that. Also, the whole string faculty, all the professors of the violin, viola, cello, bass, they were all there. And I didn't expect that either. So when we stepped out on stage and I saw that, I went into stage fright, what would be called a full-blown panic attack today. We didn't even have those words back then. I took my seat, my hands were all sweaty, I couldn't see the music very well. And since this had never happened to me, honestly, my heart was pounding so hard, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And some people mistake a panic attack for having a heart attack because of how it feels. It's a horrific feeling. So I somehow got through that night. I led the quintet. I did what I had to do. And when I got off stage, like, I started to cry. I go, "I've ruined a recital." And he goes, "What are you talking about? It was fine." And we listened to the tape of it, the reel to reel, and it was really okay. It wasn't my best playing, but I didn't screw it up the way I thought I did. However, when I got back to my apartment that night, I said to myself, this can never happen again. This cannot happen to me. At the time I was conducting the symphony orchestra, I was a student in the conducting program. I can't have a meltdown in front of 70 people. Like, I can't have this happen again. I went to the University of Michigan Medical Library because we had no phones or internet back then, no way to research other than to actually go to a library. But here's one of the best in the country. And I started doing research on the human brain. I'd even forgotten that I did this research, but I delved in deeply to create a little set of what I called mental toughness tools, because mental toughness was starting to come into athleticism with the inner game of tennis. The inner game of tennis came out at that time. I'm like, I'm going to have this little set of tools to help me on stage. So I was looking at that. Then later that book came out. I read the book. I just created this little set of tools so that I wouldn't freak out on stage. So that was kind of the beginning of Pressure Free. Actually, I can go back even farther in time to high school, when I was creating ways to stay calm before athletic events, just in my own way of being. So that one incident, though, it rocked me, and it created a little bit of a habit that just going to get real with you guys right now. One of the things when I was on stage was like, I suddenly had to go to the bathroom. like really badly. So I had to get all the way through the piece before I could get to a restroom. And that had never happened before. I don't think I even would think about, going to the bathroom for hours, like 3 or 4 hours is normal, between having times to urinate, right? So all of a sudden, that was a little thing where, oh, I better go to the bathroom before I take the stage. That morphed into, oh, I better go to the bathroom before I take the stage and at intermission, which is something I'd never done before. It wasn't needed or necessary. I didn't feel the need at all. But it was like I had to preempt because I had a fear now. Do you see where I'm going with this? How this one incident started to create a habit for me, a habit of fear, number one. Nervousness, anxiety that, oh crap, I might be on stage and have to go to the bathroom. I might be on stage and have a panic attack, right? So this little thing where, oh, I'm just going to preempt it, all right? So this one incident created the fear, and then it created the action of going to the bathroom even when I didn't have to. And so I want to share that because you could have one incident happen that kind of rocks you. And then all of a sudden you have a habit of a fear, a habit of nervousness, a habit of annoyance. Something starts to build in. And then every time that a similar thing comes along, you react again till it becomes a habit of reaction. So can you think of some incidents? If you're brave enough to actually put them down in the comments here, or if you want to send it in a private message for me to share with people, we'll keep you anonymous. But if you have an incident or an event that created a habit for you, it may help someone else figure out, oh, that's what happened to me too. So having to go to the bathroom is definitely something. I remember being at a road race, and I was helping out, and I was over near the restrooms, and I noticed that I saw one person go 4 times before the race, like within the 40 minutes before the race, 4 times going in there. I don't know what they were doing in there, but oftentimes when we trigger fight or flight, our bladder and sphincter muscles, they contract and relax, and we're creating all this chemical mess inside of us that will create this need to have to go to the bathroom. And sometimes you'll go in there and it'll just be a little trickle because there's not much there. But let's just take that one a little bit more. So frequent urination is an issue, right? Oh, I must have a bladder problem or a prostate issue. So suddenly your mind can start to snowball, right? And that's what happens with negative fake worry. We don't know yet if we have a bladder issue. We're figuring it out because we have some symptoms or we're having to urinate a lot, okay? So we're building a story that can snowball. And you have no real evidence yet other than this one thing. But it's so easy when we're in fight or flight, our imaginations go wild because our cognitive function is shut down somewhat. So your imagination takes over, and it's like you just keep piling on. Oh, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. This. Oh, I can't perform anymore, or I can't run races anymore, whatever it is. I can't run a meeting anymore because my mouth goes dry and I freak out. Whatever those things are, you start snowballing, and suddenly it's really, really a habit of reaction because you've built a story around it. So we need to untangle. I feel like it's like when the hair gets all tangled. I did this to a client the other day. Like we got to untangle the hair, got to untangle the mess, get the gum out. If you've ever had gum in your hair, you know what I'm talking about. We've got to get the gum out. We've got to untangle and really rewind in a way to say, oh, it was this event that started this habit of reaction that I've been doing now for 40 years or however many years it is. Because it kicked off with this one thing. And then you built a story. Does this make sense? I mean, has this happened to you? Because I know it's happened to me many times. And then we create a story, and it's completely fictitious. So I want to go back to this idea of frequent urination. Should have put that as the topic today, frequent urination. Maybe I'll add that in when I change it to 2022. So frequent urination. If you're a male and you have frequent urination, one of the first thoughts you might have is, oh, I have a prostate issue, because an enlarged prostate will cause frequent urination. But if you were only frequently urinating because you had anxiety, then that's a different deal. However, I've done a lot of research on this. In fact, my prostate video on YouTube is one of my most watched ones. If you continually release the fight or flight stress hormones, you're wicking blood flow away from that area of the body, and the prostate actually enlarges. So it's like, it's the anxiety that's at the root of almost all of this. In fact, it's the triggering of the stress hormones that's at the root of almost every chronic disease. And if it doesn't directly cause it, it makes it worse. And you can name it: diabetes, heart disease, memory issues, skin issues, anything that's going through time and is chronic, fibromyalgia, any sort of autoimmune diseases. The base root of it is the release of these stress hormones. If we can gain control over the release of the stress hormones, that changes. So frequent urination, if we can prevent the hormones from going out, you won't have to pee so much or have the feeling that you have to go. That is going to save you so much time, number one, so much inner trauma, like almost subconscious trauma from all the times you think, oh, I better go to the bathroom. Oh, I better watch out. Where's the next rest area? Like all those kinds of things. I've done that. I've been there, having to like seek that out. Because it all recurred again for me with another event. Oh, whoops, I've gone over 8 minutes today, haven't I? I'm on a roll. Well, I'll leave that event for another time because I want to keep this short and quick for you. Some of you are getting ready for work, and I really want to be respectful of your time too. But just explore that. And if you're willing to share, if you're watching this replay and you're like, oh yeah, there was an event that caused this in me and that became a habit, if you're willing to share, that could help somebody else. So tomorrow, Friday, we will do something a little different on this show. But this week has been about habits of reaction. You can go back if you've missed the first few days, and it's on all of my channels. So yeah, just dig in, because habits can be changed, and you have the power, especially the more pressure-free you become. So have a great pressure-free day.